The IPL mega auction is just around the corner, so I thought of making a series of short videos on top picks for the franchises. In these videos, I talk about top positions that the franchises need to fill. This is my eighth and final video of the series, and I'm going to talk about Kolkata Knight Riders, who go into the auction with a budget of 48 crores. KKR had to choose between Venkatesh Iyer and Shubman Gill during their retentions, and they went ahead with Iyer as he is an opening batsman as well as an all-rounder. As a result, Shubman Gill was picked up by Gujarat Titans for the upcoming IPL. He is a huge loss as he has been a very consistent performer for the franchise and scored a lot of runs opening the innings. But KKR needs to think of replacements now, and my strategy to replace him is with an international player, explosive batsman Alex Hales. Hales has been overlooked in many of the auctions in the past. He also has had some personal issues related to drugs, but he has been registered for this auction. And looking at his records across T20 leagues in the world, he is a player definitely worth taking a gamble on. As I said, he is an explosive batsman who has scored a lot of runs. He averages close to 35 at a strike rate of 147, being an opener that is really, really high. And he also scores a lot of 30s if you go by his conversion rate of 2.3 innings per 30 plus score. And he also scores runs in both in the first and second innings, and as a result, he could be handy with either situations. He scores a lot of runs in power play and a lot of runs in boundaries, which means if he clicks, he will get the team to a very good start. And hence, I think it would be a very useful signing for KKR if they could bring him in. And he starts at a price of 1.5 crore, and a bid of maybe about 4 crore might be enough for him, considering, as I said, he has been overlooked by other franchises in the past. He could be a value bargain pick. The next player on my list to be replaced is Pat Cummins. Although he is still in the auction pool and KKR has the option of buying him back, but considering he is also tagged as an all-rounder and he actually is pretty good with the bat, and there are a lot of franchises with a lot of money in their bags going into the auction, it might be difficult to buy him back. He went for a record price of 15.5 crores, making him the highest priced foreigner ever in the IPL in the previous auction. And a lot of franchises would be willing to pay close to that amount for his signature this time. And considering KKR does not have a lot of money left, they might not be able to sign him back. So they should look for other options. And in Odean Smith, there is a very interesting option that they could look at. Odean Smith is also a bowler who can bowl with a lot of pace, similar to Pat Cummins. He starts at a base price of 0.75 crores, and maybe a bid of 4 to 5 crores may be enough to sign him. He could be a player for the future for the franchise. He could he is also a useful batsman and a very explosive batsman if you go by his strike rate, which is very comparable. His average is also comparable to Pat Cummins, and his strike rate is even better than Pat Cummins, which means he takes a lot of wickets. And he has also done well in the recent tournament against India, picking up wickets as well as scoring runs at the batting lower in the order. So he would be a very useful player if KKR wishes to sign him. He could serve as a replacement for not only just Pat Cummins, but also backup or replacement for Andre Russell. He is actually touted to be the next Andre Russell by a lot of experts. So I think KKR would do well to sign him and bring him to the franchise. So these are two of my interesting and critical picks for the upcoming auctions for KKR. Hope you liked the video, and this concludes my series. Thank you, and do watch the other videos in the series if you have already not watched.